Okay, so the nightmare is still going on. I'm in the process of wiring up the relays and getting everything set up. But again, I'm at a point where I'm not really going to want to have to take it back apart. So I'll show you how I did the sliding doors, how these things are sliding like this and sliding like this, blah, blah. A lot of people think I had motorized tracks. I've got a ton of messages. People ask me how I did it and what I'm using. I wish they made motorized tracks because they make life a lot easier. What I have is a gear motor, which is right there. Then I have a track on the bottom here. It's temporarily mounted right now because you've got to get that pretty well perfect. And you can see I've got some rubbing on the wood, so I'm going to drop the height of that gear a little bit. But the gear motor, then you got to have a sprocket. So there's the sprocket attached to the gear motor. It just attaches to the shaft down there. You got to have a sprocket that'll match your track. So you get the track that has the right amount of teeth to match your sprocket, or it's going to just slip and not work for crap. And then I got ball bearing drawer slides here, which can easily be picked up at any hardware store. So basically what it does is this mounts down. Try and do this with one hand, so it's kind of hard. Teeth are moving the gear motor. I take the drawer slides, mount the drawer slides down right there. That's a stop switch. And you can see right down there, there's the gear motor with the tracks. As I energize the gear motor, the track, it follows it backwards. That's it. It's pretty simple. Nothing too exciting, not hard at all. Just got to think outside the box a little bit. Quit thinking about linear actuators. Quit thinking about everything that you've seen and go a different route. Just kind of think about other things. Think about robots. Think about RC cars. Think about everything that has moving parts. Perfect example is this idea. I got this idea from a kid's Power Wheels. And I was thinking about using the motors in the rear wheels of a Power Wheels because that's all they do is rotate forwards and backwards. And then I kind of thought that was stupid because it was huge. So I thought about what else does it. And those RC cars, and I just kind of looked into the motors. I get my stuff from Servo City. I'm actually thinking about, because it's very hard to know what you need because there's not just one gear motor. There's lots and lots of different gear motors with different ratios, torque, speed. So for one's for car audio or one's for your stereo system, it's kind of hard to shuffle through and figure out what you need if you don't know that. So I'm kind of thinking about on my website, I may start a custom store where I'll actually put the schematics, diagrams, cut sheets of how to do a bunch of different motorizations and then have the parts that you would need already bundled together. I don't know if you guys think that'd be a good idea. Let me know. I may go through with that because I've already done all the homework of finding out what works and what doesn't. But Servo City is where I get my gear motors and things like that. And then like down here, this is the actuators. Originally the actuators were going to go on the back side of the enclosure, but these things are 15 inches long when they're not extended. So that would have cut into my box really bad. So I had to figure out a different way to do it. So I just did them backwards. So now they push out to draw the drawer back and they pull in. I have couplings right there. 5/16 coupling that's attached to a 5/16 stainless steel rod. Yes, I know those are plastic zip or whatever you want to call them, wire guides. I hate them. I want steel ones, but the local hardware didn't have them, so I need to order some. The plastic ones work, but as you can see, it's kind of bending. They'll give a little bit because the plastic will stretch. So over time, that's going to end up failing me, it's obvious. So I need to go with metal straps, but I'm going to have to special order them because they're not the right diameter. You want to make sure you have the exact diameter also. You don't want play. There's nothing worse than motorization than when you hear the motor move and then you see that little bit of slippage and then the piece starts to move. If you can avoid that, you want to because it's very unprofessional looking and it looks like you really don't know what you're doing. So that's the gear motors up there. That's the actuators down there. The other gear motor is right in there. The gear motors are just wired in parallel. They're not reverse polarity. You would think they would. A lot of people do it backwards. You don't need to. They just run positive, positive, negative, negative. And then when the relay kicks, when it gets pulsed, the gear motors will spin, they'll open it up. That's why I have latching relays. They need a constant latch of 12 volts. But then, when they stop, when they come back and hit the stop switch here, I need that latching relay to unlatch. And that's what it does, it unlatches. But it also drops both pins on the 30, which shorts the motor pins out, the positive and negative, which act as a brake. Because like I said in the previous video, these things do not stop when you take power. They slow down with inertia, so you'll get a floating. And you don't want that, you want them to stop instantly. So you got to short the contacts. Then this is the set of reversing polarity relays. So then if I trigger this side, it sends reverse polarity, which makes the motor go the other direction. And these are the latching relays that allow that to happen. When it hits the stop switch, which will be right here, so when they come together, they'll stop, that latch will disconnect, the power will be gone. These pins will drop back down both on 30 on the relay, and it will short out the contacts, and again, a natural brake. Cool. Figured I'd make this real quick because honestly, once I get these stop switches and everything in, it's going to be a while before I take these panels back off. So, and you'll notice also, the people that look at my videos and they go, oh, stuff's not even. You notice how it's kind of, see how it goes down? Yeah, drawer slides suck as far as full extension because they can't handle the weight. So you see I have that play right there. So for all you people that see that and go, oh, that looks like crap, well, there'll be a track up there that'll hold that up. So don't you fret. It'll be taken care of. But right now I just haven't got into that. Cool. That's all. Take it easy.